everybody. Thank you, Teresa, for your introduction. I am grateful for the opportunity to share my testimony with all of you today. And I am honored and happy to serve as an organist here at First Baptist Church. I would like to start off my quote kind of referencing what Teresa was talking about. One of my all-time favorite Bible quotes is John 1:4-18, perfect love casts out fear. Amen. And I really think in today's times, it's just been something that continues to give me an anchor and to manage all the distractions and fear-mongering and frankly, the trials and tribulations out there in the world. So it's not easy. And from my perspective, you know me here playing music, I was thinking that rather than share my whole life story in detail, I would shine a spotlight instead on how I have felt the goodness of God in many ways in my life. But frankly, it would take me days to really talk about how many times God has just saved me. But again, this is very compact for today's purposes. I would like to start with the inspiring and encouraging presence of my father in my life. He just, as I prayed, he really came to the forefront. So that I thought I would start with today. My sister and I were born in New York to South American immigrants. My Ecuadorian mother and my Peruvian father. And my father was a man of science and technology. He excelled in his field, his chosen field of engineering throughout the whole of his life. His specialty was satellites and radio signals. He would tell me often he had a little hobby of taking radios apart as a kid. That was, his thing, and that led to other things. Nobody pressured him to do that. He just loved doing that stuff. And he found work in engineering at RCA almost immediately after he arrived in the U.S. many years ago for the first time. He was in demand in his field. Companies needed his expertise. And he went on to work for other companies. We moved around several times. And as in my childhood. And he made business trips to NASA and Cape Canaveral several times to offer technical expertise on satellites that were in the space shuttles. And during the space race, especially. I remember that he would bring home toy space shuttles from my sister and I to play with when we were kids. And I would also look for a box of donuts, like when I was a kid. He liked to bring that too. But just kidding. But he really did bring them. I also remember my dad as an earnest man, always reading and studying, always thinking. And yet he had and still has a hearty laugh, a funny bone, and a childlike curiosity and wonder for life and science. We watch shows like Nova and Life on Earth a lot at home, in addition to Star Trek. Any Trekkies here?
Oh yeah.
All right, great.
Live long and prosper.
Yeah, live long and prosper. My father was my first math and science tutor when I was in high school. And he was a patient, caring, and nurturing mentor to me. And I felt that was a blessing from God, among many blessings. He modeled many good values for me without pushing anything on me. He was a gentleman. He taught me to aim high, to work hard, to exercise patience and craft and stamina in the generation of good work. I was told that he was someone too, and he would just keep going at work. He really liked to work, and so do I. So he exhorted me not to be a copy of some other person, but to be my own person, and not to be afraid to go after my dreams. He really told me that a lot, like to just, he really exhorted me to be brave. I didn't know at the time, I would just listen. But now for today's world, I really remember what he would tell me. So he still says the same things to me today. I have found these lessons helpful in life and music. There were plenty of books around the house, and I was an avid reader growing up. No one ever pushed me to be a high-achieving high school student. I was self-motivated and a little bit precocious. As early as 8th grade, I was planning my own college education, such as where I was going to go and all the grades and classes it was going to take to get me there. I was hoping the young people were going to be here to hear that. I did get to my dream college, Cornell University's College of Arts and Sciences, from where I earned my undergraduate degree. And God gets all of the glory for that. At Cornell, I spent many an hour in the piano rooms making music. I was always doing music on the side of everything else going on in my life and studies, which were intense. However, I never envisioned myself working in music because I knew Spanish and had studied French for many years, a totality of 8 years, and I had studied in France, in Paris, in French during college, my college years, for a semester. Loved it. I thought I would do some kind of international job. However, music kept making waves in my life. Music was indeed happening to me while I was busy making other life plans. If I wasn't playing piano, I was writing songs. If I wasn't writing songs on the piano, I was writing them on the guitar. And I was playing at a time when my demos got my band's entry into an unexpectedly large number of good venues in New York City and beyond. And I found myself playing many shows and building a following as a singer-songwriter. I really have to give credit to other people too who supported me at that time there, and all the venues and club bouncers and bookers, and a wonderful community there that welcomed me. I was dreaming of teaching music too, though, and working in music ministry, and I started planning ahead. Even though it seemed to make no sense, it didn't seem to be consistent with my singer-songwriter life. I think I was just kind of feeling a call. I was responding to a call. When I moved to Western Massachusetts to marry my husband, Gino, I worried my musical career might end. However, God opened new doors. The local community welcomed me, leading to rewarding projects in musical theater, film, music ministry, live performance, music teaching, and even more. In addition to my own musical catalog of original music, I have more than one business today. My piano studio, Marcuselli Music Studio, which has been serving the region for over 10 years. It's been my pleasure to teach beginners and early intermediates of all ages, and I still do, through live and online lessons. And my wedding music service, Marcuselli Wedding Music, both founded with the loving support of my husband. I have had the chance to serve brides and grooms and throughout the region, including Vermont, New York, and Connecticut, as well as Massachusetts. When I get a rush serving them in the name of love, truly. In 2023, I was requested by some film directors to make music. I was given a concept cue for a film they were working on. And I decided to just pull from my own music. One of my original indie pop songs, Wander, was adapted by me for film and appeared as the film score for the ending and opening credits of a movie that went on to win the Sony Future Filmmakers Award, the top winner selected from thousands of entries from around the world, and other awards. This was humbling and gratifying news. The documentary, entitled In God We Trust, directed by two inspiring young men, Raphael Edwards and Sang-hoon Eric Park, portrays the challenges of fishermen in Gloucester, Massachusetts. I can tell you more about it if you're interested. I believe that my love for nature and music intersected in my creating this film score that will be released by me this summer on major music platforms. So please keep a lookout and invited to follow me. It has also been my pleasure and honor to serve in music ministry, as I say, for over a decade. I often remember that scene in Chariots of Fire where I think Eric Liddell says, "When I run for God's glory." And so I feel that I play it for God's glory. And in my way, it's also my repaying Him for everything that He has given to me. And I think, as you say in the Bible, to touch and console others in the way that I have been consoled. Life hasn't always been peachy, and I've had my share of tribulations. However, really, I have a kind of happy-go-lucky approach to life. I think nothing ventured, nothing gained. Thank you. And my father really also encouraged me to think in this way. And God has really surpassed my expectations, I have to say. I owe Him everything, and really to Him goes all of the glory now and forever. My musical path has been a spiritual calling and a true adventure. A life of Christian prayer has been and continues to be the wind in my sails throughout this pilgrim journey called life, and especially a musician's life in today's rough and tumble world. So that's my testimony. Thank you.